The SEMA show is a car lover's dream. It's one of the world's largest car shows, and it's here in Las Vegas for year 48. I'm showing you everything from parts to performance and all the automobiles that you can check out and possibly see in the near future. I'm showing it all to you. That's coming up.
From the heart of Las Vegas, this is a 5DRVtv special presentation.
SEMA is the pinnacle of personalization and showcases innovation to power the future.
We probably have the best kept secret in the automotive industry, and people want to be here.
The best part? SEMA happens right here in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is the only place that can hold us. I mean, if you think about what goes on in Las Vegas between Formula One, NHRA, NASCAR, SEMA show, this is the hub of automotive in the entire United States.
The first Las Vegas show took place in 1977, and since then, it has become a crossroad for some of the industry's top brands. This past show featured over 2,000 exhibiting brands, including 500 first-time exhibitors, making it a show that continues to grow.
I'm convinced that if we just talked cars to everybody, we'd solve world peace. I mean, the car community is just incredible. It's loving. This is where business gets done. The amount of business that gets done here, buyers and sellers coming together, it's just incredible.
SEMA is bigger than Vegas. Each year, it brings hundreds of thousands of attendees together from 140 different countries and regions to fuel interest and demand for industry products.
It's about 32 miles of carpet, if you can believe that, of just every sort of product that you can think of, right? 2,400 manufacturers, a lot of widget makers. Anything high performance, anything that accessorizes your car is here.
From headline reveals from key brands like Mopar and Nissan to celebrity appearances and wild stunts and jumps, SEMA and Las Vegas are the global stage where business and culture intersect. Nissan really has such a rich history when it comes to racing. They've really expanded into so much more, but we're going to start with the history of the racing and NISMO when it comes to Nissan. Talk to me a little bit about that and where it's really grown from there.
Nissan's been a performance brand for decades, and we started racing, as 240Zs, for example, right, as a very kind of well-known background for the brand, and from there, the brand's carried that performance heritage forth and through production as well, right? And especially with cars like the Z, which we still have today in production, and then the GTR, we've continued that performance lineage. And then some of the vehicles that we see here today speak a little bit to another part of our heritage, which is off-roading. We've been building the Patrol, for example, for decades, and a little known fact is that the Patrol was one of the first cars to make it up Mount Fuji, as an example. So we have a rich heritage, not just in performance on-road, but even off-road as well. And that's sort of what we're playing to here with SEMA here today, with some of these concepts that you have behind me.
And I love that, and even just seeing the whole layout where it makes you feel like you're outside and off-roading and all of that. Let's talk about the one behind us, because this one's really incredible. Really not what you think of when you think of a Nissan.
Yeah, so we launched our all-new 2025 Armada. The Armada shares so much DNA with the Patrol, and so this one we're playing directly to that DNA. It's a Dune Patrol. As you can see, a myriad of changes, not in the least which it's lifted, big off-road tires, Geolanders, and then we've got flared-out fenders, and then the whole rack of performance kit here that helps you really take it to the test.
Pretty much the biggest and baddest Nissan that you can probably own.
I'd say so, especially here, although I don't want to discount the older brother there.
Yep.
A little bit smaller, but love that we took one of our heritage vehicles and modified that too.
I love that. It really just goes to show how time has changed when it comes to cars, people's love of modifying and really being able to take them the distance. And let's talk about you guys being here at SEMA. Obviously not your first rodeo here. You guys love coming here, showing off what you guys are doing. What does it mean to just be back and to be enjoying and watching people be so amazed by what you guys have at your booth?
Well, it's a great leading indicator for us in terms of where people's interests are. When they come and they give us feedback, that's really super helpful for us, because we get a chance to kind of understand from the front lines where we need to be taking the brand. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we're doing the same with Infiniti behind me with the QX80 spec concept. So that was born out of an idea that we can do more with Infiniti, particularly with the QX80, our flagship car. It already has 450 horsepower. It's an amazing vehicle. We kind of call it the beast internally, but we want to bring out more of that beast. And we took the GTR, a Nismo GTR engine, pumped it up to 1,000 horsepower and put it inside that car. So we have that going as well. And again, showing the breadth and depth of both brands.
And it's really cool to see it all right here on the floor at SEMA and where it's going to go in the years to come.
we're here with Spark. I'm here with Daniel, who also goes by Danny, so already winning right there. Great name. Next time, I would like to have an orange jumpsuit, though.
Absolutely. We're going to match the name and the outfit.
Sold. All right. Talk to me about Spark, what you guys do.
Absolutely. So we are an automotive tech startup, an automotive AI startup. We have an OBD2 device that can turn any cars after 2008 into an AI that allows your car to talk to you. So imagine Jarvis from Iron Man. You can now do it in your car, or for our more mature audience out there, imagine the Knight Rider. Turning your car into a Knight Rider is essentially what we do.
Whoa, how does it work?
So all you have to do is plug the device into your vehicle's OBD2 port, and it will allow your car to run real-time diagnostics as well as communicating with you as a human being about what it needs, what's wrong with it. It's essentially having your kid talk to you as a parent, say, hey, I feel like I'm about to get sick. Hey, I feel like I'm about to break down with the vehicle. It'll tell you everything that's wrong with it, what you could do to prevent vehicles from breaking down, and all of the above.
That is so impressive. And this is your guys' first time here at the SEMA show. So how are you showcasing that to people who are attending?
Absolutely. So the way that we're showcasing is really combining a lot of the car culture into what we do, because when you think about automotive AI or AI in general, it's very cold. And the way that we do it is we really emphasize a lot on the culture that resonates with people, because right now, a lot of the audience out there, they're afraid of AI, right? Because of the uncertainty of what it brings. But we're bringing the good part of the AI back into it and combining it with the car culture that people love and know and, essentially come to SEMA for.
That is so cool. You guys are definitely taking AI to the next level. Also, some really cool stuff to see here. We have some Fast and Furious cars here, replicas. How did that come about?
Correct. So when it comes to this is the epicenter, being able to be at the West Coast, the epicenter of the car culture in general, whether that coming in from the film culture, the music culture, or the car culture itself, but really emphasizing on what a lot of the audience that we are targeting and a lot of the demographic that we target grew up with, right? It's about not having any limitations of the possibility with vehicles, and that's where we're bringing on the table is when it comes to automotive AI, it's not about self-driving cars or not about autonomous cars of future advancement. It's turning the car that you love into an AI, whether that be a car that you daily drive or a car that is from a movie or a movie replica, any of that sort, and even can be an exotic car. We work with any single vehicle after 2008 currently.
That is so cool, so impressive, Daniel. Thank you for sharing all of that with us. Where can people keep up with you guys real quick?
So follow us on Instagram. It's called joinspark.com, or visit our website right over there, joinspark.com. Yeah.
When we say SEMA takes over the convention center, we mean takes over, inside and out. We're bringing you the best of the drifts, jumps, burnouts, and more. And then, it's car culture at its finest.
Anything like that just galvanizes the community.
We're showing you one build that traveled across the ocean for a cause so much bigger than SEMA. That's all coming up. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You're watching a 5DRVtv special presentation.
SEMA is officially back in town here in Las Vegas, and you know what? There's so much to see and so much to do. I'm hanging out with Autumn, who's a part of Horsepower Rodeo, and this is your 8th SEMA out here. You got to talk to me about the energy that comes along with this car show.
I have chills just thinking about it. I love the SEMA show. I love when it comes to Las Vegas because it is a must-see, must-come-to bucket list event. It is the largest aftermarket show. You see lifted trucks, lowered trucks. You see everything around the world comes here, and it's just so cool.
Now let's talk Horsepower Rodeo. This is just one of the attractions here at SEMA this year, but it's not just the drift cars. There's so much more to it. Talk to me about that.
So our activation is actually the largest pad. As you can see, we have so much space for all the horsepower. So we have trophy trucks, we have drift cars, we have the baddest burnout cars, We have a lot of fun surprises.
And I'm super excited to get behind the wheel with Rich, one of your drivers, to see what it's all about. Tell me a little bit about what he's going to do with me today.
So today our pad is massive. So we actually have some jumps over here. Rich is going to drift around the pad, and then on the jumps we're going to have a trophy truck jump over you.
Okay.
It is 100% safe. We've done it before. These guys know what they're doing. We have the best of the best drivers, so you are going to have the ride of your life.
All right, well, let's get strapped up and get ready to go.
Let's go!
All right, here we go. All right, let's do it.
All right, this is Horsepower Rodeo. You do not want to miss it. This is going to be absolutely safe.
Barnyard is always a fan favorite at the SEMA show.
You're at the Super Bowl of Burnout. If you're not here, I'm sorry, you just weren't good enough to get here.
All right, Super Bowl of Burnout.
Our Danny Maston took our cameras as close as you can get to the action.
We are doing what we do best. Show the people how to boogie, have fun, and lay some tire down on the ground in a safe environment.
I just have to tell you, just a few seconds ago, and I'm sure you guys will get a feel for it as well, I had this on, I couldn't see, it's so loud and so smoky, but it's so impressive. Where are these drivers coming from?
We got drivers from Australia, New York, New Jersey, Canada, and even in our backyard of Vegas and California.
How dangerous is this?
It's actually the safest environment you can be in. We got fire crews on the back, we got a fire extinguisher, and we got help and safety in the back, so we're all good.
Sometimes they've got 2 people in at a time here, Gary.
There is a chance. Sometimes at the end of the event, we might get 5 to 6 people in here.
Oh my God.
Yes, coordinated mayhem at its best.
What's happening now? What's happening?
Unfortunately, it's like a Coliseum. Not everybody leaves the way they came in.
Hey, fair enough. I would not leave the way that I came in. I would need to be pushed out.
Trust me, out of anything you can think can happen, we've seen it, but everybody has never walked away unhappy.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You're watching a 5DRVtv special presentation.
Here at SEMA, it's not just about the cars, it's about what powers the cars as well, hanging out at C-Tech. And let's talk about everything that you guys do, because this is really important stuff. The maintenance of your battery, something a lot of people probably tend to forget, right?
Yeah, absolutely. C-Tech, we're the world's leader in battery charging. People do often forget the importance of battery charging, and with our chargers, you're able to extend the battery of your vehicle, motorcycle, power sports, whatever you got, up to 5 years, in fact.
And you know, we're here in Las Vegas, it gets extremely hot, it also gets cold. How does it benefit that?
Well, our chargers compensate for both of that. So batteries degrade under extreme temperature variances. So cold, heat, whatever, we account for that, and we keep everything charged and running properly.
All right, now we're standing in front of this beautiful car. It was a global unveil here at SEMA. Talk to me about this and what you have in partnership with all of this.
Yeah, so this is a very beautiful vehicle. We're lucky to have it on the booth this year. It's a 1935 Plymouth Coupe, very custom vehicle. It has a Corvette chassis, a V10 engine. Obviously, everything front to back of this vehicle is custom. It's a very beautiful build, super unique, and it's really hard to find a unique vehicle for SEMA with so many unique builds that are out there.
And let's talk a little bit more about SEMA. Obviously not your first rodeo here. What about this show is just so captivating for you guys here at C-Tech?
I think it's the energy of the whole show. Like how many people come out year after year to see what's new. They want to check out our new products, which we're unveiling 6 new products this year, which is really exciting for us as well. So we see old friends, we meet new customers, and get to see all the other builders and people that are out attending.
Like I said, it's not just about the cars, it's about what powers them, that battery maintenance, so important. So it's all here at SEMA. talking about the parts that help with the performance as well as make your car look good, hanging out with Amr this morning. And we're in this really great Mopar section. Let's talk about Mopar though and what you guys are doing here today.
Hey Nicole. Yes, Mopar is the aftermarket and accessory arm of the Stellantis company. So what we have today is represented our 4 North American brands, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And we're showing everything from tents on Wranglers to supercharged Hemi V8s that are available through direct connection as a crate motor. And everything here in some form is either a concept or a proof of concept. Because what we do is we talk to our customers, we understand what they want to do with our products. And at the same time, a lot of this ends up making its way into our production cars. So it's great to have everybody back here and to show all the customization that we offer to our customers through Mopar here at Stellantis.
So let's talk about the one behind us. Let's talk about some of the customizations that have been done to this that people can now look forward to having on their vehicles.
So what we have right here is our Easter Jeep Safari concept. So every year around Easter, we go to Moab, Utah, and we do Easter Jeep Safari concepts. So you'll see 5 of those Jeeps around. This one right here is one of our most popular of all time. It's called the Jeep Rewind. As you can tell by the graphics, it is very much geared toward the 90s. The color that you have on there is called Reign, R-E-I-G-N. It's got these really cool 80s and 90s graphics on it. The seats and the instrument panel are actually made of recycled wetsuits, and there's just nostalgia all around it. There's actually a mobile phone for a car in there, a car phone. So our designers had a really fun time with it. We actually had our millennial designers do this. And what's interesting is once we gauge the response from the market, like we did at Easter Jeep Safari and with people that come out and talk about it, then we say, hey, should we do something more with this vehicle? So we might have more news about this car coming out later in this year. Yeah.
Now, I also noticed someone walk by, and you mentioned the seats being like a sweatsuit. Someone walked by and said, oh my gosh, it's so soft, which Jeeps are designed for adventure. So I'm sure it fits perfectly into that model. Now let's talk about some of the other things that people can see here, because I know you also have just the everyday parts as well.
Absolutely. So what you see here, I mean, again, Mopar handles all of our aftermarket parts, whether it's cabin air filters, tires, or things that you're looking at right now, like snorkels to go off-road, steel bumpers, carrying packs to put your battery charger if you have a 4xe or an electric vehicle. We do everything, and it's all backed by the same warranty that you get with a new Stellantis vehicle, and that's why it's so important.
Really great to see people come in and be like, hey, I have a Jeep, I want that on my Jeep, I have this on my car, but I want more on my car, this is my dream for the car. How exciting is that for you guys?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, being on the Jeep brand specifically, that's very important because Gladiator and Wrangler are the most customized vehicles in their segments, right? But then beyond just the Jeep brand, when you look at the Dodge, the Charger we have over there, the 6-pack, we've reintroduced a gas engine into the Charger. People have been asking for it. We launched earlier in the year the electric version of the Charger, and now we've got a 550 horsepower inline 6 turbo. So we're really excited to get people excited for our products.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching a 5DRVtv special presentation.
You know, when it comes to the car community, it's not just about the cars, it's about the giving back. But here at EBC Brakes, they're really doing it all, hanging out with Churro. And let's start with EBC Brakes. That's where we're standing in front of today. Tell me everything about EBC Brakes.
EBC Brakes is a British braking company. They're also based here in Las Vegas. Manufacturer such a huge amount of brakes, not only for the car industry, but a big part of the biking industry. And for me, they started my SEMA dream off in 2019. I came over with James Hallett and his EBC Brakes as a tourist to kind of like see what it was about. And when I was here, I phoned my wife and said, this is an annual pilgrimage for me from the UK to come to SEMA. And they've been our longest standing partner. Petrol Hedonism has grown exponentially as a community, as a media group, as an events company since 2018, and EBC Brakes have been there by my side. So we support them for the last 3 years with a build for the stand, and this year we just did something different where it's a road-going VR6 Corrado.
Tell me everything about this car.
So we looked for an over 25-year-old car for tax purposes, left-hand drive, so it's from Europe. Our sponsors, Car Vertical, are based in Lithuania, so they said if you're going to buy a car, it has to be in Lithuania. I pinpointed the VW Corrado. It could have been any engine model, but it was the VR6 that we found. It was the only one available in Lithuania. We bought it unseen, drove it to the UK, 1,500 miles. Everything worked, from the aerodynamic wing, which is one of the first cars ever to have the active wing aero, the cigarette lighter, everything worked, and we got it back to UK, stripped it down and reinvented it as a club sport. So it's a VR6 club sport. Everything has been gone through with this car. The engine's been upgraded, the full Miltec exhaust, BC Racing coilovers, EBC big brake kit, road to form wheels, Tillit racing seat switch. 3,500 miles, and I could literally sleep in them. They were amazing. Everything's been done. The roof box was gifted to us. That was amazing because our sponsors filled it with goodies for the trip and the consumables and emergency supplies. And the car, honestly, I don't want to give it away. After 3,500 miles, I thought I'd got it out of my system, but I'm going to go back to the UK and think I'm going to need another one of these in my life. So, and they have cult status here in America. There's not another Corrado here at the show, but we're giving it away for raising money for Make-A-Wish, and it drove 3,500 miles across America to get here.
And let's talk more about that pilgrimage. That's what this is, the road to SEMA. I was mentioning, you know, it's not just about the cars, it's about the giving back. It's all about community when it comes to this. Why is it so important that you do something like this at such a big event like this one?
It's a world stage, so partnering with SEMA, Michelle and RJ and the team behind the scenes, and partnering with people like Gas Monkey, Vault of Scottsdale along the route here, as well as partnering with Make-A-Wish. I know from having watched so many American automotive shows how important Make-A-Wish is, but I've got 4 daughters, a lot of my friends have kids, etc. And I think it's one of the things as adults we struggle with, seeing our children struggle with illnesses. Anything like that just galvanizes the community, and the sweepstakes to win the car is now closed. I'm so hoping the winner is here at SEMA, because it would be so amazing to have them in the passenger seat.
The winner ended up being from our own backyard, right here in Henderson.
If we were to write it how you wanted it, it couldn't be better. Oh.
Fred added this beautiful Volkswagen Corrado to his collection.
Fred, you are Mr. Corrado of the USA.
Yes, I am.
The best winner we could have hoped for. Now we know that the Corrado is going to be well looked after.
The auto community showed up in the biggest way possible. The Road to SEMA project raised over $14,000 for Make-A-Wish America.
That's a wrap on another year at SEMA. You're going to want to make sure you get your tickets for next year, because with 1,500 cars and so many parts to see, you're not going to want to miss it.
The opinions, advice, and information provided by any sponsor in this program is solely that of the applicable sponsor and should not be seen as an endorsement by the On the Lot Show, 5DRVtv, or Fox 5.